Hi, my name is Crystal Lynn, and I am the founder and CEO of the I Raise movement. I have a question for you. How many students start and finish their degrees in 4 years? Statistics show that 1 in 3 don't even return for their sophomore year. And a lot of times, it's the lack of planning, it's the lack of guidance, it's the lack of support that prevent these students from succeeding. While the university gives numerous amount of opportunities and resources for these students, they really don't know what to do with all of them. Part of the I Raise movement is a coaching opportunity exclusively for college students. Most of the time, coaching opportunities are for professionals or for people setting goals, but very rarely do they focus on the students who actually need it. Of course, the university offers advisors and different one-on-one support, but it's for a number of different students, and it's not that one-on-one that they always need. The reason why this has become so important to me is because I was a first-generation student. First person in my immediate family to obtain a higher degree or a secondary degree. On top of that, only 10% of my high school graduating class obtained a secondary degree. And I am only one of 2 students who actually has a master's. It's pretty awesome. Pretty great feeling. Pretty great accomplishment. But the reason why it's so important to me to pull at the student's success is because I truly know what the struggles and obstacles are going through. While everybody's story is different, a lot of our stories are the same. The I Raise movement started as a book. I decided to self-publish a memoir called Pretty Raised Ugly. And it really talked on my struggles going through life. So many people saw the external and believed life had to be pretty good for me. They knew of certain obstacles that were just apparent. I was a mother at age 16, so they were watching me and expecting me really not to go too far. But the story goes deeper than that, as many of our stories do. What are our obstacles? What are the things that keep us limited? I was abandoned by my mother at age 2, which influenced a lot of relationships that I had through the years. I was physically and sexually abused by my father through my adolescence. And I had a number of obstacles throughout my life. The day-to-day struggles, the way my mind worked, the feeling of hopelessness and no direction and no love had me wandering and lost for a very long time, or what I felt was a long time. But where I am now and today shows more than a success story. it shows that anyone who wants to change, who wants to be different, who wants greater, can make it happen. Once their mind shifts to the place of peace, of completion, of love. And there are a number of different things that I had to try out and piece together to finally make this whole thing kind of work for me. Now, the coaching sessions, or this coaching program for the college students, is a very small component to the I Raise movement. While it's small in the number of people will allow into the program, so many resources that they'll obtain that it's worth more than what they would expect. It's very important that all students have a plan put in place before the semester starts, and it's very important to me to be able to work with them one-on-one before they actually begin and register and fully register with their classes. More than likely at that point, they'll have an idea of the direction they want to go in. But in the case that things need to change, we want to make sure that they understand all their resources, and they understand that the direction they're going in is the right fit for them. So the first thing we'll do is we create a strategic plan for each student, both academically and professionally. They'll go hand in hand. Most of the time, they go into school thinking of one major, one idea, and not understanding all that it will take to get there. Understanding what they want to do after they get out of school, will be able to customize a program and lead them in the direction to make sure that they're successful in their lifelong dreams. They would have one-on-one coaching opportunities with me on a weekly basis, where we would discuss their short-term and long-term goals to make sure they align, and anything that needs to be changed, adjusted, or realigned, or if we're changing courses altogether. But we understand the pros and cons of all the decisions we're making. They don't need another parent. They don't need somebody from the school. They don't necessarily need a coach. Sometimes they just need that friend. And while we're calling it a coaching program, the reality is I'm not there to force them or shape them into something that society and the world wants them to be. Question comes into who they see themselves as and the direction they want to go in, and making sure that they have all the resources to get to that point. On top of the one-on-one coaching with myself or someone from the I Raise team, is that they would have the opportunity to have customized resources specifically for them as it relates to their degree. What are these customized resources? Internships, paid internships, summer programs, different things that are going to actually build their resume. A lot of college students come out into the world, have debt, have problems, have a piece of paper called a degree, but no one is going to hire them because they don't have the actual experience. I was very fortunate to move from my degree straight into a full-time position. In May, I graduated. In June, I was sitting at my desk in a full-time paid with benefits position. How was all that possible? I built towards my career from day one, or from the day that I decided which direction I really wanted to go in. And even though I was not 100% sure, I had a general idea. And I want to be able to share those experiences and that direction with the students. How many times, and I'm not talking about work study, how many times do students find themselves in a position where they get credit hours towards their degree and are paid for it? I know how to make that possible for them. Another and last bonus point that would be for them in this program is that they would have an additional mentor that they would meet with once a month that would be specific to their field. If you're in engineering, you need to talk to an engineer. If you want to be a teacher, you actually need to talk to some teachers. And while professors most of the time have that experience, they're not in it full time all the time. So the students need to have that additional resource and that additional connection so that they know the path they're going on, the decisions they're making, their specific plan is going to work. What did Einstein say? You plan to fail if you fail to plan. And we want to make sure that each and every one of our clients have the resources, are prepared, and will obtain nothing less than greatness. I thank you so much for reviewing this video. I ask that you pass it on to anyone that is over students or who may know students that may be interested in the program.